My man.
Mic check, mic check. All right, everybody, man, what's going on? Appreciate everybody for jumping on us. We were a little delayed. We had to let our co-host, Mr. LBR the North, man. What's going on, Coach? You join us, man. Did we get the win early? Did we get the dub?
Nah, it was a struggle.
Oh,
No,
I
man,
got no sound from me. No sound from me. Anybody else got
can you
sound?
hear
Let me
me?
see.
Can you hear me?
I'm on a Bluetooth mic, so y'all comment. That might be the reason why I can't hear you. I might have to take my Bluetooth mic off.
Can you
Mic
hear
check.
me?
Anybody in the comments, y'all let us know if you can hear Coach Galat. Mic check, mic check. But guys, we're gonna go through top 25. You can hear them. All right, I'm gonna have to pull this mic out real quick. Then it's gonna be hard for me to talk to you. Test, test. Try again.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. All right.
Okay.
So Bluetooth mics are cool in the gym, but not at the house. But look, man, appreciate you for joining us, man. Jumping on, man. Look, we're just trying to get the conversation started. We normally don't even go on this early as far as in the season, man. But we were just talking hoops all day, and like, look, why not, man? Let's jump on. It's a fun time with Thanksgiving basketball, guys. In the comments, y'all let us know, man. Who are you looking forward to watching this week? Who are the big time tournaments you're going to? We're gonna post some of those up there. We'll talk about those tournaments and some games that we're looking at. But before we get started, I do want to give a special shout out, man. LaGrange High School, we're going to be there this Wednesday. So we're going to be hosting, we'll be live streaming the semifinals, the consolation games, and the championship. So some big time matchups will be going down. I love the tournament style games. We've kind of gotten away from the tournament styles and everything else, which is it's okay, but man, it's just I really love the tournament style and all those games here. So when it moves on, we'll be checking that game out. Like I said, so make sure you tune in. The games start Wednesday at 10:30, and I think the championship's at 4:30. So make sure you're tuned in with that one. Let's go through a couple of these other games, guys. We got the St. Thomas More tournament. This is girls as well. And the card tournament, Boshin, that's the boys. That's a really big time tournament there. Natchitoches City of Lights here. Oh, guess I could have made that one a little bit bigger. And then we got the Sulphur tournament. Coach, Gola, is there any tournaments up north that you know of or that everybody's in?
Well, Coach, I think you got the Thanksgiving Classic here with Woodlands. Got the Thanksgiving Classic. I think that was it. The Battle on the Hardwood wrapped up last weekend. As far as up north, I don't think anybody else is having those tournaments there.
Gotcha. Well, look, man, let's go ahead and jump into these tournaments, and then we'll go to the top 25 and some of the matchups. We're just going to kind of breeze through these here. Anybody, I guess, that you're interested in seeing in this group, I'll run through it, man, myself. Sam Houston, really want to see them. They got 2 transfers with Williams, and she transferred over from Reeves to Sam Houston. And then Mouton transferred from Hamilton Christian to Sam Houston. So interested to see how Sam Houston can handle LaGrange tomorrow. That's going to be a fun little matchup. I want to give a shout out to Coach Lakeem, man. Coach Holmes, I don't think he gets enough credit for what he does and what he's done over there. Whenever we first got into this thing, he got over there. He had some loaded talent. Gatorade Player of the Year, young ladies playing in Florida. Another young ladies playing, ULM, UL, everywhere's. Had 2 D1 kids, had junior college, all conference player. Had some big time talent, but now it's coming to a point where, man, we gotta give this guy his flowers, man. We gotta give this man his flowers for what he's done, being consistent year in, year out. LaGrange being one of those teams that's in the quarterfinals, fighting for the top 28 bid. Is this a year where they can get back to it? Let's jump into it. Coach, what's your thoughts? Is this a year that they can possibly get back to it?
This is definitely a year I can see Coach Holmes getting to the semifinals. That Division II is wide open, and I know last few years we've been calling it the Wiseman Invitation, right? But I think everybody's now at the party now. Let's say that, and everybody's finally come to the party to where Wiseman has lost some of their D1s. They're taking a couple hits here early in the season to Southern Lab and to I think escaped me who they just lost to the other night. So they're looking. I'm not gonna disrespect the 4-time champs. I'm definitely not gonna do that. But they look like they have some kinks in their armor, at least this year, that maybe some people can exploit. You still got weeks. They didn't rebuild. They just reloaded. Look like it's gonna take them some time to get their team chemistry together. I think because Otis is a great coach. And you can bet you believe he's going to have them ready when it comes playoff time. They're off to Duncanville, Thanksgiving Classic. They're in Duncanville this Friday and Saturday. So he's already putting them on the road and testing them this week. But, yeah, Lakeem, he does a great job, man. Every year after year, he says we don't give him his flowers, but he does a great job with what he got. And he could be one of those teams that sneaks there down to Hammond this year.
For sure, man. Kind of looking at some of these other guys. Y'all get in the comments, guys. Let us know. Look, there's no bad comment. We're all here supporting each other, talking a little bit of trash, man. That's what it's all about, man. Let's get the conversation started about basketball in November, and I love it, man. We're on the other side. Teams are on the road to the dome in football, but we got a lot of people talking basketball, and that's what it's all about, man. Some other teams that we have here that are in our top 25. You got Iowa, who brought back everyone from last year. Another team we're talking about in that run there with Wiseman. Hey, this is a great comment right here, man. Speaking of Iowa versus Simpson tomorrow. That's 2 teams that we got in our top 25. 2 teams that brought back everybody from last year. Style of basketball is different over there, but those 2 teams run similar style of basketball. It's going to be fun, man. That's definitely going to be a fun one. If I didn't have something else on the docket for tomorrow, man, I would definitely have came down there for that one. I told Coach Holmes, man, he's down bad for making that the second round matchup. That should have been a matchup where we were able to do on Wednesday, man. But you
Yeah,
got that. I really like Sulphur, man. I saw Sulphur this summer. I think they're a sleeper. I think they're a sleeper. They're a team that we could arguably put in our top 25. I think they're a quarterfinal team, possible. We can see them in Hammond. Don't sleep on Sulphur, especially in this part of the bracket. Maryville's very good. Cormier is a dog, but I could see Sulphur's style of play, with their zone and their up and down kind of zone action. I could see that giving them some fits. So I would not be shocked to see Sulphur come out of this, and we're live streaming them. Midland is another team that we have in our top 25. They made a run last year.
yeah. Well,
Rose Pine,
Midland.
I'm not sure who won that game, or I'll be interested to see if Rose Pine did win that one. What's the Brown? If
Midland's
y'all
gonna
can let us
always
know,
be
man,
a
who run
team.
out of Rose Pine and St. Louis, and then I think Midland and Reeves plays later. Reeves had
Yeah.
a young lady transfer out and another young lady that got injured, man. So they're up against the wall right now. But again, style of play, man, they're gonna be able to bounce back, I think, and still be a team that can compete in their division. It's just gonna be whenever you're trying to step up a division and play in the higher classification, it's gonna be a lot tougher now without two of your big time guards. But hey, opportunities don't go away; they go to somebody else. So somebody else
They
on Reeves
go.
is gonna have to step up, and I'm excited to see who does. I kind of talked a little bit about everything on this side of the bracket, man. Well, you have anything else you want to kind of add to this one?
No, man, you hit it all. I like Midland. I like Maryville. Of course, they're in my division now, down in Division 4. Of course, we can't compete with them this year, but they're definitely loaded. Both of those teams. And it's gonna be interesting to watch them throughout the year. I was talking to someone over the summer, and it was like, yeah, Midland they just got better and better and better and better. It's like so. So it's gonna get tough. So this is a good tournament that Coach Holmes has put together here, and it's gonna be interesting to see these matchups that come out for Wednesday. You say?
Definitely some good matchups, man. As far as pure tournament, man, especially with the Hamilton Christian tournament being wiped away, man. I think this is already one of the best, man. LCA is going to have their big time tournament later on, but this is fun, man. This is fun, some good basketball, and the winner's going to play the winner. So that's what it's all about. You talk about racking up some PowerPoint wins. Not even talking about the Boot 25 as far as our rankings, but man, whoever comes out of this, you're gonna be playing other teams that are winning games. So you're gonna really rack up some big time PowerPoints. But we'll keep it moving, man. You got Rose Pine's going to take on Midland. Looks like next round, so that'll be fun. May have to zoom in on this one, man. But this is one of the big time tournaments with as far as talent and teams and everything. But it's just not the bracket play style, right? Go ahead and pull it up right here, just so we kind of can go through some of the matchups that happened earlier. I'm gonna run through some scores. News flash that I did not update yet. Washita upsets LCA. Washita upsets LCA today, so
Wow.
that's a big time win for those guys. Have you gotten a chance to see Washita? I have not seen them this year.
Well, I saw them earlier. Well, they haven't seen them. I heard about them earlier. They didn't start the season off good on a good foot. I think they lost to someone. I think that they wasn't supposed to. So and just in conversation, people were saying, "Hey, we might want to check out Washington. Are they really legit this year?" But to go down there and Lafayette's like LCA's backyard and beat them, yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's big time for sure, man. And LCA's. We've been talking about that LCA Invitational. They're a lighter schedule this year. Confidence is definitely going to be something that's going to have to pick up there. Losing to Washita, it's just again style of play, man, physical. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that game. The people that are interested in watching those games were streamed on VSN, so should be able to go back and replay those games. But I'm gonna run down the list real quick. The games I got so far: Lafayette defeated Vermilion Catholic. That was game one. Game two is just lost it. Let's see. Like I said, LCA was upset in the last game, which Washita Christian defeated them. Game 2, Vanderbilt Catholic sneaks by Hannon 52-46. And game 3, Chappelle beat St. Thomas More. Game 4, John Curtis all over Fairview. Game 5, Ponchatoula defeated Cedar Creek. And then game 6, Zachary defeats Fairview. Man, shout out to Fairview, man. Fairview playing our ranked top 3 teams in the state, regardless of the classification. All 3 of them teams within 24 hours. So if you haven't looked at our rankings, man, we got the top 25 rankings. Fairview is playing Zachary, Southern Lab, and John Curtis all in within 24 hours. Played Zachary and John Curtis within 90 minutes apart. So, man, shout out to Coach Jinx and that group, man. They're not dodging anybody. But are there any other matchups that you're interested in seeing on this one, man? You got Prairie View is going to play a couple teams. I actually put the wrong graphic on here. Prairie View is going to play a couple teams. I'm trying to see because I typed it all up with the matchups, but I think I screenshotted the wrong one. Any other matchups that you see in the St. Thomas More that you're interested in looking at?
Oh man, it's gonna be interesting to see what Saint Amant looked like this year. They were expected to be one of the favorites in 5A with the graduations of some of the 2025 kids, and so but I think they lost their kid, right?
Yeah, so she is actually, for those that don't know, she's at Prairieville High School pending a ruling on her eligibility. So Prairieville has 2 dogs that can rock and roll, and that they're I think they're 4-0 now. But I'll go ahead and pull that graphic up while we're at it. So Prairieville is rocking and rolling. Their thing is they're waiting on 3 kids' eligibility rulings. So they're 4-0 with a win over Parkview Baptist, but they got some big time matchups. They have Southern Lab and John Curtis. So they also play 2 of the top 3 teams.
So you think of Prairieville, man, and what they were last year. I think they maybe second round. I think maybe third round. I think they made it too. And then you add those kids who were expected to be stars on their team to come over. That definitely pushes them, up the. I was talking conversation today. You definitely got to see them finishing in top 5, top 4 in 5A in Division I, right? So it's going to be interesting about them making that run to Hammond, because let's be honest, 5A is wide open. You can't disrespect Zachary. No disrespect to Coach Tammy or whatnot, but it's wide open right now.
Absolutely, man. Just going through some of the matches, I wasn't able to get the graphics. I was going to read them out. U-High versus Terrebonne. U-High dominated Terrebonne, man. Terrebonne fighting the flu and some other things like that, man. But it was all U-High earlier. They jumped out and got ahead of them by 20 in the first quarter. Kennedy Aldridge, man, one of the most impressive 2 weeks I've seen out of anybody in the state, boy or girl. Kennedy put together 34 today. Last game she had 37. Again, this is against Terrebonne and Denham. This is two of the top caliber teams, 5A teams in that. When you're at the top of the scout and you're still dropping 35 a game, man, you're a dog. And she gets it done on both ends of the court, active hands. She's very aggressive with deflections, runs out in transition, can hit the 3-ball. Score off the bounce, get into the rim. You can kind of, you name it, man. She can do it all. Her game continues to impress and improve. And hey, she's the second best player in the state in the 27 class behind Caroline Bradley. And at this point, from what I've seen in the last 2 weeks, man, it's no question about it. She's starting to even separate herself from that. Obviously, it's going to be hard or nearly impossible to catch Caroline Bradley. And we'll kind of talk about that a little bit later. But Kennedy in any normal class would be the number 1 player in her classification if there wasn't a McDonald's All-American, Naismith Player of the Year nominee with her. But looking at some other games we got going on, again, man, LCA goes down. Ponchatoula had an upset. Ponchatoula defeated Cedar Creek. So Ponchatoula is a team, in my opinion, at this point has done enough to get into the top 25. As they defeated Vanderbilt Catholic and Cedar Creek, and then now they'll play LCA. So LCA lost to Ouachita. Now they got to turn around and play Ponchatoula tomorrow.
But don't.
DeVasia Williams is doing a great job over there. Brittany Moore at Ponchatoula. Just get it done, man. Coach Trish does another good job. Go ahead.
And don't sleep on Cedar Creek, man. They're challenging themselves. They obviously got a mission. They come up and they get state runners up last year, and they know that they can creep up on Southern Lab this year. They're going to test themselves and not wait until they get to Hammond to be tested. So they're gonna go play everybody. That shouts out the coach for doing that to their kids. That's only gonna make them better. That's only gonna make them better going to play the best of the best early and see what you got, see what you can tweak early and then fix it. We got them here on 21 in the top 25 of the boot. Yeah, you can't punish them for going and play Ponchatoula. You can't punish them for playing who they played the other night. But you can't punish them for
Natchitoches
being
Central, man. Natchitoches Central is who popped them the other night, man. Have you had a chance to see Natchitoches? I have not seen Natchitoches. Natchitoches Central is actually 2-0. They're not 2-1. We'll go back to the City Lights. I'm just curious.
Natchitoches they got that. I'm sorry, Natchitoches does have their tournament going on today and tomorrow. Natchitoches, the City Lights tournament's going on today. Denham Springs is there. I know Denham Springs and Parkway will play tomorrow at Natchitoches tournament. Wiseman's in that tournament, I believe. You got some other teams there. You got that tournament though?
Yeah, that's what is on the schedule right on the screen right now. It's hard. Yeah. It's kind of hard to read, but yeah, I do see Natchitoches, I see Wiseman boys. So yeah, that's definitely. I would definitely want to keep an eye on those scores there. That's going to be one of the better tournaments. It always has kind of been one of the better tournaments. So definitely want to keep an eye on them. They're probably the team that was the most impressive from not having them in the top 25, Natchitoches Central. So they're 2-0. They can pull down 2 more wins at their place. They'd be 4-0. But back on Cedar Creek, man, I did get a message that Taylor Martinez unfortunately went down with a non-contact that looked like could be possible knee again. So, man, our thoughts and prayers are going out to her and her family. After fighting back from an ACL previously, getting, like you said, the team back to the top 28 and competing for a state championship, living your dream of signing college, basketball in senior year, possibly being up, for question, man. Just thoughts and prayers. But that does not take away anything from the career she has had and the career she will have at the next level. And that's what it's all about, man. Like, lining your ducks in a row before even the season goes on, man. Her and her people around her did a fantastic job of, whatever does happen this year. Obviously, you don't want anything to happen, but man, we got to take care of us, and they did a great job going on visits and finding the right home for her.
Correct.
Don't know what happened or what's going on, man, but we just want to send some thoughts and prayers out to her, the team, and everything else, man. That's definitely tough.
I was just talking about her the other day on my drive into work, and it was just on a coach's call, Breakfast Club, and we were talking about it. She came up, and we were me and a couple other coaches said, man, give us that floor general and Martinez. We'll take her all day, every day. The way she leads that floor general, I'll take her right now. I'll tell you that much. And so, but she's had a great career, man. Like you say, fighting back, and we pray that she's all as well. I know Coach Martinez it's got to be a gut punch for him, but punch in the gut for him. But their faith is going to hold them up in this. Cedar Creek hopefully they'll bounce back and end up with Sim and Hammond. Another update from that Natchitoches Central tournament there. South Beauregard upsets Parkway.
Wow.
South Beauregard upsets Parkway. I don't know the official score. Got a text message there. It was like about 10 or something. So that was one of the topics we had tonight. We'll get to them Parkway later because we got them on our watch list. But that's one of the tournaments upset. I know Natchitoches Central played Ringo today. Had a score. What about that kid from Ringo? Right?
Man, put some ball in the hole, bro.
What about the kid from Ringo? Little guard Scott. She put 35 up tonight, I think, on Natchitoches Central. And at a 1A school, and you're putting those numbers up. She's legit. She's legit. And college coaches, get your eyes on her now. I know she's just 7th grader, but get your eyes on her now.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's what it's all about, man. No opportunities to play against 5A. I think somebody had commented before, like, the starters were out, they were beating them, whatever. Man, that's all fun and games, but I mean, again, time and place as far as the giving that kid an opportunity, like you said, in seventh grade to compete at that level. Man, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. She's definitely just gonna grow. She's definitely a star on the rise, man, in the state, man. So that's gonna be fun to keep an eye on her. I'm gonna go ahead and list out a couple more matchups. I thought I had this graphic up, so we'll go ahead and run it through there. Um, like we said, LCA lost to Washita earlier today, so now LCA turns back. They're gonna play Ponchatoula tomorrow at 9 a.m. So how does your team bounce back after a loss when a game you probably should have won? That'll be interesting. That's gonna tell a lot about LCA in that program. And then Ponchatoula, they continue to ride that wave, pun intended, I guess, in the Lady Wave. Can they keep that momentum going at 9 a.m. and upset LCA? You can go from being on the outside looking in to way up the rankings with a Ponchatoula. Then we got Southern Lab versus Fairview. We talked about that. That game's at 12. John Curtis against Prairieville. That game is at 7:30 tomorrow. And then Wednesday we come back, Southern Lab versus Prairieville. That's going to be at 2. That's going to be a fun one. And then we already talked about the Lagrange tournament. Cedar Creek tournament is this Saturday, November 29th. You got Cedar Creek, Ruston, West Monroe, and Oak Grove in that one. If anybody has that bracket, they can comment it or tag us in it. We're looking for that Cedar Creek tournament. Got 4 of the top 25 teams in that one as well. Big from Red River is a beast. Yeah, she is fun to watch too, man. She's gotten better also as well. But man, let's go down with the top 25. Who's some teams that kind of impressed you last week? Speaking of Patan, man, the one of the teams that impressed me, I already talked about. Natchitoches Central is probably the one that caught me the most off guard, I guess I can say, in them being 2-0. But man, Southern Lab, man, Southern Lab, having a new coach there. Not that Coach Crystal has, any lack of knowledge or anything like that, but just gelling, what I'm saying, early on. It definitely takes a little bit of a change there. Hearing a new voice and stuff like that. Southern Lab came out and got some big time wins. They came up to the north. Coach, you want to kind of talk about that and their performance, man? Between Patan and Corey, man, Wesley, the two guards. I don't know if there's 2 better on ball defenders in the state. And I mean, sometimes we know Patan as being one of the best on ball defenders and guarding the best player. It seems like sometimes Corey's like, nah, I got it this time. Like, hey, you go and guard the number 2 guy, and then we need you better on offense or whatever. So imagine having that like Patan and going against Corey. Like, how are you gonna prepare for that as a coach?
Man, I was very impressed with Southern Lab. They came up and they beat Wiseman. They beat Huntington. Ponte and Kendall Graham goes battle. We've been talking about that. Who's the better guard out of those 2 for the last couple of years? And they both put on a show. Southern Lab walked out with the win. Then they beat Parkway as well. So when you come up north, away from your home territory, and show that you're not afraid to go play the best of the best, we got to give you your respect. And you may be one of the best, if not the best team in the state. You know what I mean? Shout out to Zachary. One that caught my eye, man, early, and I've been watching them just from afar, because I believe, in my opinion, that 5A is wide open this year, and Division I wide is Slidell. They've been knocking on the door the last 2 years. And with in a month losing their big, I think they're in the same division. I mean, same district, correct? Yeah. St. Amant, can they win that division? St. Amant is one of the ones I expect to finish top 5 in Division I, and they've already beat Madison Prep. They've already beat French Settlement. That win over French Settlement is no slouch at all. French Settlement has the Division I signee, Northwestern signee on their roster. So Slidell for me is a team to watch. But then the team right here in my backyard, and I'm already at 5. I'm sorry, Chris. Captain Shreve. right? What about Captain Shreve? They lose their point guard. I think they're number one in Maddie. She goes down this in preseason to a season injury, and then but they're rolling already 3-0. And they beat Wasman, right? Who everybody's saying that Wasman was legit, and Wasman one of the top teams who's not afraid to play anybody. With that group that Coach Green has rebuilt his team. You remember years ago they had all those D1s, and they graduate those, and they didn't cry. They just put their heads down. They reassembled and worked, and they got a good group of kids right now who are only sophomores. That's what we're talking about. They got about 2 seniors, I think. So they're going to graduate 2 key pieces, but you got to deal with Coach Captain Shreve for this year and the next 2 years. They're legit.
For sure, man. And man, shout out to Coach Mark, man, bringing up Miss Brown, man. If you guys don't know or not familiar with that story, man, we shared that. It's unfortunate. Was going home late one night. She's a senior and was hit by a drunk driver and was killed. And man, it is just sad. Breaks my heart. So our thoughts and prayers are definitely with her. Her mom reached out, just thanking us. Man, if you haven't already, man, go back to that post. And if you have any, interaction with that young lady, she was always one of the brightest spots, man. Bright personality, like kind of quiet, man, but like funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, would light up the room and everything. So just comment on that post that we did, man. Her mom and people are going back looking at that and reading that, and she doesn't understand the impact that she had. So it's super sad. It's terrible. It was drunk driver, no insurance, no license, no registration. So it's just a terrible, terrible situation, man. Mark, man, and I wanted to reach out to her mom once things kind of settled down. I didn't know if they were going to try to do some type of remembrance or scholarship or something like that in her name. We would love to kind of help promote that if they do. Or Mark, if you want to do it, man, that would be amazing. We can definitely help promote that. Because we did have a couple people reach out and ask if there's anything that they can do. But it's tough, man. We got, it's seniors, and these are kids, family, sisters, everything like that. You got ACLs, you got everything, man. This is tough, man. This is very, very tough to kind of deal with. But, man, like, just going back on the conversation with Southern Lab, man, the two-headed monster, dude, I just love, with Potan and Wesley, like what they bring to the table night in, night out. They're going to defend, man. They're going to defend. And we talk about defense travels, man. Defense travels, and that's why they're one of the biggest risers. As they probably arguably should be the number 1 team in the state. I would not see an argument against that. And that they beat Wasman, Huntington, and Parkway. I just like to have a little bit of a conversation, stir the pot a little bit. I'd reached out to Bobby Sibley. Him and I was talking the other day, man. He's got them number 1. So honestly, I mean, just having something a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? Just have a little bit more conversation. But man, Southern Lab has put together the best week 1 that you can possibly do. Like I said, they took down Wasman, Huntington, and Parkway. Like, what else can you ask for? All on the road and all in their backyard. So shout out to Southern Lab, what they got going. John Curtis, they defeated Madison Prep. That was a big time win. I agree with you on Slidell. They're probably one of the deepest team, if not the deepest team in the state, as they can play 8 players and you can really not see a difference. Led by Madison Parker. Madison Parker's playing extremely well. They got Williams, Robother, Galen, like everybody, man. One of the deepest teams in the state. So they're going to be a team. We talked about injuries and stuff like that, that's tough, man. Like, they're a team that can get through a rolled ankle. They can get through somebody in foul trouble in the playoffs. But all these teams that are around them, respectfully, all the way down to number 10, Prairieville, have made it to the top 28, have made it to a state championship. Like, if that's what it is, you're trying to be one of the top teams in the state and in the biggest division, man, like, you got to continue to bring it every night because you're going to go from hunting to being the hunted. And I think we see that with Huntington. Speaking of, people are coming at them trying to, I guess, get the get back, right? Get the get back. I think Coach Shottenham's going to figure things out, man, but it's been rocky here to start, man, as they come out 1-2, probably been a while since they've been under 500. But again, not afraid of anybody, man. Wasman's going to go on the road as well, man. I like the Madison Preps, the Wasmans, the Huntington, Southern Lab, and something you don't see on the guys' side. And I don't know if you want to touch on that. We had talked about that last night. These girls' teams travel, man. These teams play. This is like you can go all the way across. There's matchups, top 25 matchups across the board everywhere, right? Now you got like the boys' side, and I'll flip over to it right here on the graphic. All the boys' side. There's a lot of matchups with teams playing. The Texas teams, right? But like Zachary and Bossier, that's two programs we talked about last night that will travel, right? Two top 10 teams that are going to play each other. Peabody, Catholic, Baton Rouge, those guys will play each other. Madison Prep beat Shaw, those guys will play each other. Like a lot of these guys will play each other, but then on the other side, like, you won't see very much traveling back and forth. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Not to get off subject, but on the girls versus the guys.
Like we talked about last night, you see it on the girls' side, of course. On the girls' side, you see we're willing to travel a lot. With the Coopers and over at Ruston, the Parkways, the Wiseman, the Huntingtons, Coach Shine, Coach Otis. We're willing to travel down south a lot, and we figure we have to test our kids. And one of our mentality in talking to those coaches is our kids have to see that style of play. Our refs in the Shreveport Association call a certain way, right? So we want them to be able to see when we see another, because when you get to Hammond in that building, you don't get to choose what referees you get, right? And so you want to see the style of plays of different corners of the state. And I've never been afraid to travel. It only can test my kids early on. But what we don't see in the North is a lot of South teams traveling up here. And so that's been the conversation for us in the coaching ranks up here is, we're willing to travel down there, but when it's time to return the favor, we don't get the favor to return. Now, shout out to Coach Holmes. He comes up. Southern Labs comes up. And some more teams comes up, and we respect them. You know what I mean? But we would love to see a lot more teams come up north because we travel down. We travel south a lot. On the boys' side, man, and that's been the conversation when I talk to boys coaches. And Captain Shreve, Coach Gotry over there, he travels. Coach Collins at Bossier, they just feel that it's important for them to test their kids early to see what they got. They're not afraid to go anywhere. We just want coaches from the South to return the favor. That's all.
No doubt, man. We'll get back to it, man. The top 25. So we talked about like some teams that kind of stood out, man. Captain Shreve, Jocelyn playing really well. It's going to be interesting to see, like, what you talked about. Like, that's their style of play, gritty. They're going to get better. They're going to continue to get better. Madison Prep 2-2. I bit the bullet, man. I bought the Go Preps monthly subscription, man. Man, we know we always talk about it. I want people in that division to keep an eye on it. We always talk about Madison Prep being in that 6 to 8 range, right? They're right back there because their schedule's so hard. So if they're in that 6 to 8 range, man, they're one of the best teams in that division, along with Parkview Baptist, U-High, Madison Preps, kind of those three guys. And then you can throw Vanderbilt in there as well. Kind of the same 4 teams, right? The same 4 teams, but is Madison Prep going to be outside of that 5 spot? 4 and 5 doesn't matter, right? So they're 4 or 5. Those are 3 there. They'll probably beat the 4 seed. But if they're 6, then that means they have to play one of those other 3 guys. So that's something to keep an eye on. Again, we're like super early. Bruley always in the north. I agree with that, man. Shout out to Bruley, man. Bruley came up there. Boys and girls, man. Boys and girls, man. Shout out to Bruley. Bruley travels. There are your select few that travel, man. And I personally think like the more on the girls' side, they play each other, right? Like Terrebonne played U-High today. That was 14 versus 11. You don't see too many of those outside like Zachary and Bossier. They're playing each other on the boys' side. But yeah, man. So like guys, y'all comment below, man. Let us know anybody that you think we kind of slept on, teams to watch for. Who's the most outstanding player you saw? We're just kind of getting this conversation started. We really appreciate everybody for joining us. We normally don't go this live this early, so we're kind of all over the place just with teams and kind of introductions and stuff. But we want to kind of keep it to the top 25, and we want to kind of talk about some big-time matchups. Did we talk about the Slidell crew already, man? Coach Joe wants to know, man. Have we talked about the Slidell crew? Recap on the
Yeah, we talked.
Slidell crew, man. The deepest team in the state. In case you hadn't heard it, you heard it here first. Slidell is the deepest team. Slidell and Southern Lab, like we said, could have arguably been 1-2 in our top 25, regardless of classification. But I thought there was a lot of questions there. Southern Lab with the coach lost a couple of players, graduation, transfer, stuff like that. So I thought there was a couple questions there, and they went out and answered all those questions week one, and they're probably the number one team based off of what they've done so far. And Slidell had the biggest offseason, preseason out of anybody in the state. So you could have argued they would have been number one prior to that, but the sole reason why I personally had Slidell a little bit further down, and they've already climbed the ranks, so they've already answered some of those questions on the courts, is they're doing that whenever it doesn't really matter, right? You can see now there's only a 2 next to their name. They're only 2-0, right? If they were to count all those wins in the Hall of Fame, count all those wins in the scrimmages, the jamborees, all that, they'd be 6, 7, 8-0. But in order to beat the man, you got to beat the man. You got to do that whenever the lights are on. So Slidell's putting themselves in a position to do that. They got a big win over Madison Prep, big win over French Settlement, like you talked about. So it's definitely going to be fun to watch as they continue to challenge themselves. The deepest team in the state for sure. So definitely like Slidell. Terrebonne girls are really young. I like Terrebonne, man. I probably had them higher than most. Like I said, they definitely got popped in the mouth today. Not making any excuses because when you lose by 20, you lose by 20. But going through the flu and all kinds of different stuff like that, I like their balance. Right, they got 2 good freshmen that are really really good, and then they have the balance of upperclassmen from a basically second round team from last year. Right, so you add that and you add 2 of the top freshmen in the state, and bring back the confidence of last year's team. They're gonna be a team to watch. And I think Prairieville and Terrebonne, in my opinion, I probably had them too high. But I don't want them to get away with anything. Right? I don't want them to slide under the radar. I want U-High to give them their best game today. If we would have not had Terrebonne on here, maybe they wouldn't have. But you're not going to overlook somebody that is on this list, on this ranking. You're going to get somebody's best punch night in, night out, and that's what's going to make you better, right? Prairieville playing Parkview Baptist made both those guys better as they went into double overtime. It was a great game. Terrebonne playing against U-High, getting punched in the mouth is going to make them better. Get back, watch some film, and a game to watch, man. Is Carr's going to play Terrebonne. How do they rebound? Appreciate the comments, guys. That's what it's all about, man. Like I said, we're kind of all over the place with this one being the first day, so I really appreciate everybody. Drop some comments in there. Watch out for White Castle. Took 1 loss to the 4th, 40-41. Starting the junior, sophomore, 2 freshmen, and an 8th grader. Always, man. I love White Castle. Coach does a fantastic job coming to all of our stuff, and he's super locked in. I agree, man. I agree. White Castle is definitely one of the teams keeping an eye on. Coach Holmes said they just texted me the updated bracket. I'll go ahead and post that. Again, shout out to Coach Holmes.
Shout out Coach Holmes.
Coach, go that man. Give him a little recap. We gave him his flowers earlier, man. You got 10 seconds of reflowers, man. Go ahead, give it to him.
Hey, Coach Holmes, we definitely love what you're doing for girls basketball, man. What you've done in the past, winning back-to-back state titles, but you've been consistent with that program. You have them knocking on the door year in and year out, and we look forward to seeing you in Hammond this year. We think you can knock down the door this year. Congrats. Keep doing for girls basketball what you're doing, man.
Yeah, you ain't going on the radar anymore either, man. You keep winning games over there in your tournament, man. We're gonna put you on this list too. You're gonna get everybody's best punch as well. Zachary is young too. I'm not sure. D-Robs, I'm not sure if this is Marcia's relation mom or something, but man, Marcia is playing really well. Zachary is young, man. You got Ava leading the charge. I like Asian Walker too. Some veteran leadership. Obviously, they lost Tierra McPike, man. Shout out to Tierra McPike, man. Tierra is doing a fantastic job. Loyola goes on the road, travels, I guess, by bus, about roughly 5 minutes up the road, and smacks up on UNO, man. And I posted about that playing 6 players, I think it was. About 84% of the minutes from Loyola came from Louisiana players. and they beat UNO, who only played one player from Louisiana, so about 6% of the minutes. NAI goes on the road and knocks out the D1 team. But yeah, man, Zachary it is very deep as well, and they're not going anywhere, man. They're just kind of reloading. I love Asia Bell. I love Robinson, and then the combination with you got Asia helping on the point, and you got Ava running the floor, putting the ball in the hoop. Man, they're a fun team to watch. They're definitely a fun team to watch, and they are at the top of the bracket for sure. Picking over Sulphur in overtime, man. So all right, if you look down here at the watch list, man, we got Picking in there, man, sneaking up on people.
Yeah, and you just
Picking
had
is
Suffer going
interesting.
to.
They've got one loss that kind of surprised me. Anybody in the comments, have y'all seen Picking? What y'all's thoughts, man? Coach does a fantastic job over there, man. Well coached team. He's been there for a couple years now, so getting the right pieces, getting them back to where they want to be. Picking over Sulphur in overtime. That's a fun one, man. I'm gonna pull the bracket up real quick, man. Guys, anybody in the comments, have y'all seen? And so we got Picking versus Maryville tomorrow. Picking in Maryville. That's gonna be fun, man. Yeah, Coach Hope, I agree, man. You messed us over with the matchups tomorrow, man. I was trying to get down there and live stream on Wednesday, but the bracket, man, you got us all messed up. So up there on the bracket, we got Iway versus Simpson, Picking versus Maryville. That's gonna be fun. Rose Pine, Midland, and LaGrange is gonna take on Sam Houston. So definitely some fun ones. Like we said, guys, we will be live streaming that one on Wednesday. So make sure you click the like button, give us a follow. That way, every time we go live, you'll get a notification. And we're live on YouTube as well. If you got somebody that does not have Facebook, youtube.com/LBR basketball. But man, let's get back on track here, man. Who else you want to talk about kind of in the top 25? Or I know we had talked about some of the questions up north, right? Some of the questions on some of the teams up north. What does Huntington look like? Parkway, can Baker kind of get the team back and run it back with Parkway? What are some of the questions that we got?
Huntington, I think they're just trying to gel around Kendall Graham. She's back to that freshman Kendall Graham where she had to lead the charge. The last 2 years she played with Jamar Bell and Shy Bell, and she had Carly Hamilton, the 5A State Player of the Year, with her, right? So now she's back in the saddle, doing what Kendall Graham's got to do. Very capable, but she's coming off a slow summer, had an injury that's taking her some time to get back to, but she's still doing her thing. The thing about Huntington is the supporting cast. Will they be able to step up and support her? Kaylee down low is going to be a big important piece for them. If she could get going down low, she'll be a dominant big. Several D1 offers. If she lives up to those D1 offers, Huntington's going to be scary down the road. They're just trying to find the chemistry and gelling right now. Yeah, that's a big question. Your next question was, can Zaria Baker carry the torch past her by Dakota Howard, right? Dakota goes and graduates. Graduates Savannah Wilson and some other kids. So far, until tonight, I think they lost to South Bow. They've been doing good. They're 5 guards deep, and they're gonna very small. But I trust every one of those kids, and I think if they can get it together and find their style of basketball of what they want to play this year, if they find that, Parkway's gonna be in Hammond, and I believe that with those kids. Fairview, Fairview, right? Yeah, Fabi's gonna always be Fabu, man, and we give Coach Jinx his flowers every year, man, of what he does. I think one of the teams that
Hey,
we
real
sleep on.
quick on Fairview, lost both games by double digits. I think both by 20 today. What do you think the kids are eating for dinner tonight? Just off the record.
They're probably in the gym running right now.
I mean, it's every year too, man. He comes out at the St. Thomas More tournament, and I don't know what the conversation is, with Jean or whoever's hosting the tournament at that time, man. I don't know what the conversation is, but man, they throw him to the ringer. Like we talk about it. We got him the Zachary, Lab, and John Curtis all within 24 hours, man. And they're 8-0 coming into it, man. That's fun.
Well, if you know Coach Jinx, man, he don't care. I remember one summer we were playing at North Monroe's team camp, and he came up just for 1 day or 2 days, and he said, "I want 8 games. I want 8 games," and he just keeps going, and he keeps going. So he wants the challenge like that because he wants his girls in shape to be able to play the style of basketball they play. So shout out to him, man. The kid from right there from Maryville, 34 points right there, rocking and rolling.
Yep, man. Look, I'm gonna put you on the record right here, man. You know what? Why not, man? We got the only tournament style games going on, man. You know, we got some games tomorrow, so we need some predictions from Coach Golab, man. LaGrange versus Sam Houston. Who you got and why?
I'm gonna go with Coach. I'm not gonna get a text message from Coach Holmes here. I'm gonna go with LaGrange, man. I like what he's doing over there with that group. You know, matchups, and styles make games, right? And he got some guards, and guards win games, right? So I'll go with LaGrange over Sam Houston on that one.
Yeah, and just so you know, it's not the same Sam Houston from last year. Like we said, you got Lauren Williams with a Nichols offer already transferred from Reeves, and you got Mouton transferred over from Hamilton Christian. So if he does somehow get upset, it's not the same Sam Houston from the past, guys. Then you got the bottom half of that bracket. You got Rose Pine versus Midland. Who you got and why?
Rose Pine versus Midland. I'm going with
Coach said he's about to jump on. All right, I got you. I'm about to text you right now.
I was just gonna say Midland, but man, Rose Pine. We all know what Coach Cayley does every year with that group, right? He's one of those coaches don't mind taking an early loss to get his kids to where they want to be in February and March. That's gonna be a tough one. I'm not gonna go on record for that one. I would have to. I'm gonna have to lean towards Midland way. No disrespect to Coach Cayley, but Midland's is pretty loaded there.
Coach Holmes, man, I just texted you, man. You should be able to jump in. Let me know. You'll have to talk whenever you get in. I'm not looking at it, but so you went with Midland there on that one.
He's on in the gym.
Now we got
what
him
up, man? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, let me get you on the screen real quick. Give me a second. There he is.
Hey, man, I'm gonna try to talk as long as I can. My phone kind of low. I got it on the charger, but I ain't none of them fast chargers.
Shocker.
I've been in the gym since 6
let us know,
man.
How was the crowd today, man? I was keeping up with the games, man. You was going live, so man, looked like it was a good crowd, good atmosphere.
Man, it was steady the whole day, man. Steady, man. I appreciate all the programs we bought today, man. Excellent fan bases. Excited to see girls basketball in our area. You know, a lot of talent in the gym, man. A lot of talent.
What matchup you looking forward to watching tomorrow? Just like as a fan, you know what I'm saying? Like what matchup you looking forward to tomorrow?
Not gonna lie to you, I really want to see the Iowa Simpson matchup myself. Both coaches do a great job with their programs. I want to say Simpson with 9-0.
Yep.
I haven't seen Iowa play a close game yet. I do think styles make fights, so I don't know. The matchup is gonna be definitely a contrast of two different styles. You know, Simpson got the two bigs and the lefty, and Iowa just, you know, like, man, the pressure that Iowa puts on the ball on offense and defense is tremendous, man. I haven't seen anybody be able to stand up to that pressure yet.
No doubt. What for people that have not seen Pick and Play, we got them on our watch list as a top 25 up and coming team. Kind of what style of play? Like what would they expect to see? Man, they got Maryville tomorrow. That's gonna be a good matchup.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Coach George does a great job with them. If they walked into a gym, you would be like, "It's no way." I'm serious. if you judge books by the cover, man, you look at that team. They small. I want to say the tallest kid is like 5'6", maybe. But when I tell you they are scrappy, fighting in your face, and they shoot the ball, it feels like watching Fairview Light play almost, like the amount of threes they put up. At one point, Picking was down to Sulphur by 11 points
Oh wow.
in the third. And, man, they chopped away, and they got to overtime. And then even in overtime, man, they went down by 2 early. And big three happened. They ended up winning the game by 2 points, man. I told the coaches before the game started. Matter of fact, the music I played before during warm-ups was that Boosie set it off. I said, "Hey, man, this is going to be the best matchup of the night. That's why y'all the night game." Excuse me, I'm on the phone. Sorry. Look, my kids are in the gym. They've been in the gym all day.
I love it.
So man, I put it on, and man, when I tell you they put on a show, and I'm sorry, my phone went dead during the live, because everybody's like, man, who won the game? Who won the game? Who won the game? Man, it was an amazing game. Midland game too. Midland and Reeves. I was excited to see what Midland and Reeves was going to be. I know Reeves had they're banged up, man. They lost, really good guard to ACL. Hope she get well soon. And I'm not gonna lie, I was so impressed with the fight in Reeves. Because I'm saying, like, when you lose some of your better players early in the season, it takes a lot of toughness to come out here, and man, they fought and they fought. Midland was a little bit too much for them. The guard play, I'm looking at the sheet now because I highlighted some of the top scorers. Midland, MJ Thibodeau, I think it's 27 points she had. And I apologize if I said that name wrong.
No, that's good. Thibodeau, yeah.
Thibodeau, I want to say that's number 20, the blonde, man. She was on fire. Like, I think that Midland game tomorrow against Rose Pine, man, the matchups on fire. The matchups are fire tomorrow, man.
I know
Midland,
you give me
Rose
down
Pine,
bad.
I'm
I'm coming on Wednesday.
Hey,
you loaded everything
it's gonna
up
be
tomorrow.
good. I'm gonna tell you this. Case James from Rose Pine plays like Steph Curry. I kid you not. The passing, the vision, she don't need much space to get the shot off. She's not that big. The ball handling, like, I'm like, it was one point I was like, man, guard her as soon as she step across the half court line. She finished with 25 points tonight. But
what about
Coach Kelly
Sulphur? What about Sulphur?
Bruh.
Like, what do you think about Sulphur? Do you think Sulphur is a team that can kind of compete in the quarterfinals, top 28 in their division?
Man, definitely. I'll tell you this, man. And I mean this as the biggest compliment to with Coach Labata. He subs in. You can't tell the difference who's who on that team.
Exactly.
Like, it. Like, he has like one player. She did go off for like 20. I gotta go look at the name. Hold on. Her name Ava Constance. She had 20. But man, I'm gonna be real with you, man. They run the system. They run the things. They're so coached up. He's intense. When I tell you, like, sub, this person come in, does the exact same thing as the person who came out, and people don't understand. Being good is being consistent. You know what I'm saying? Good is boring, and they're not boring. But I'm saying, like, to do the little things right all the time. Because I mean, he doesn't. I don't feel like, and I don't mean this as this. I don't see a player you just give the ball to and be like, hey, get out my way, run 4 high, 4 low, just go. He ain't got that type of player. But he has the type of team that they don't care who you play. They're going to push the ball, move the ball. I'm excited to see if they get the right matchup in 5A, man, I'm telling you, some teams ain't going to play. They're going to be coached up.
Yep.
And they're going to know exactly what you run. You know what I'm saying? Just like softer teams are.
Well, Coach, tell us. We were giving you your flowers earlier about how you do with your program this year. Tell us the outlook. What can we expect from your group this year? Y'all gonna be very scrappy.
Listen. I told my girls, it's like, you know what? We're not even on a watch list. And I was like, man, you know how we feel? It's always LG Noir. So we coined that phrase, to get back at you because we never want to. And I looked at some of the watch lists, and I'm like, I know it's the summer. We played a lot of those teams. We beat some of them teams, and then some of them really good top 10 teams might have lost by 1 point. And I didn't have my full team at all this summer. But it's all good though. Hey, listen. I don't want to be on the watch list. I don't even want to be in the top 25. Look, it's all good with us, man. We just got to prove ourselves, man. I got 5 seniors coming here, and man, I play 8 deep. We look okay, man. Us coaches, we always gonna downplay our teams. I mean, just be honest. We gonna be like, I talk to y'all and be like, oh man, terrible. That's how I felt when we made it to state championship. You know what I'm saying? Saying if we do what we're supposed to do, man, I think we can compete with anybody. And that's all I ask. As long as we can as long as we're mentioned with some of these programs, I'm cool with it. And I'm gonna see some of them top teams soon enough. I'm going to the LCA tournament. I talked to Barb, Coach Mina. I think she's doing a good job with Barb. Got him playing hard. I seen him earlier today. She told me, "Hey, Coach, I got you with Zachary." Sure. Me, I don't care. Like, we don't duck nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think they're a great program. And for me, playing those top level programs is measuring sticks. Like, we scrimmage rope fine every year. I think there's a lot of talent in our area. I play Sulphur at Sulphur. I'm going to play Iowa in our district. We're going to see Westlake. We're going to see South Bow. We're going to play
what
these
about
teams.
Sam Houston tomorrow, man? What about Sam Houston tomorrow?
You can't
not the same
overlook
Sam
what
Houston of
Brandy.
last year.
Man, they're not the same Sam Houston of a month ago. I mean, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, that guard, I was already a fan. Like, I talked to Justin the other day, and he already know what it is with me. Hey, I tell you what, she had 4 threes in the first quarter. Hey, I already got a player waiting on her in the parking lot. When she walks off the bus, we like this, right, Leia? We gonna follow her from the parking lot to the warm up lines and all the way through. But that's much respect, man. Yes, go draw, girl, get off me. But I'm excited to play him. I'm excited for Brandy, bro. Like, Brandy coached. Like, now I'll tell you this. Yeah, their team looked different from a month ago, but I'll be real with you. She coached the same way she did today as she did a month ago. She don't just coach because she has talent. Like, this summer, I seen her take she was all 9th graders, and she was playing. She didn't back down, and guess what she did? She coached the team. You couldn't tell if she had five stars, or she had nobody, brand new players. And I just respect those type of coaches, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's at the half court line. Today she might have been on top of the Gator, but guess what? That's how she coaches the club. If they up or if they down, and I can't wait till tomorrow. I told my team, I said, bro, we've never won a game in our tournament. Craziest thing, I made the tournament last year. It was the first year. We played Hathaway the first game. Hathaway knocked us out. My dumb self made it where I'm the only team that didn't get 2 games guaranteed. But it's look. So we coming with that on the mind that we ain't getting no games. But I mean, it's gonna be a good game. They got the Maddie kid. She walks in. I'm telling you right now, when she walks off the bus, college's eyes probably gonna go this big. I mean, she's 6 foot. She looks every bit of the part. They got some other kids who just moved in, and then them kids they don't even look the same from the summer.
Well, Coach, tell me this.
Yes, Trey, we know you won last year. Yes, we know Barb won last year. I told somebody that's the reason why you was able to get the job as the Barb Bucks boys coach, because they said he won our tournament. It's like, man, he won the tournament. We gotta, so you welcome, Trey. I'm just saying.
Coach, like you mentioned it early. Like, these games are measuring sticks for your club. Being in Division II, we always talk every year around playoff time. Coach, what is Wiseman looking like? And can we get them? I want to be opposite of Wiseman. Do you think what your team is with these measuring stick games that you're gonna have coming up? You say you're gonna play Iowa, who I think can give Wiseman a run for their money this year. Or you
Coach, let me cut you off right quick. Y'all set me up. Let me tell you, set me up. So all summer, it was like, hey, Walsman, not Walsman. Then I see a highlight tape the other day when I think the chick name is Heaven.
Yeah.
Girl threw the ball up and she came out of heaven and caught the ball out of nowhere. And I think she dunked it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, they surely do look like Walsman on the little highlight tape I seen. So thank y'all for all lying to me. I'm trying to petition to get them out of our class. I'm trying to either send kids there or get kids away from there so they can go away. Nobody wants them in our class no more.
Well, man, I think if this, and we said it last year, you had Wilson, who we thought was the head of the snake last year. Guard play, they're kind of a little shaky at the guard play this year, but I think they'll right the ship at some point in this year. I think it's chemistry with them reloading, like talking about. But with Iowa, with that style of play, you just mentioned them earlier, with the way they pressure the ball, offense and defensive. Can you see yourself jumping into that top group to maybe compete with Iowa and Wiseman and those caliber of teams?
Hey man, look, I told my kids, we got we keep that same energy, and for us, keep that same energy. We don't care what your name is on the front. There's no disrespect for those programs, but we got respect for the game. We gonna give you our best regardless. So keep that same energy is the first thing. The next thing we got is hashtag Monsters Inc. We the monster under the bed that we don't want nobody out looking for us. We just want to just creep through, and then surprise we'll be there if we do what we're supposed to do. And it is what it is, man. Like I think those programs rightfully so deserve everything that they get. To be honest with you, man, Walsman, hell of a coach. Coach O does a great job. He doesn't rebuild, he just reloads. And he's real stylish, man. For him to beat you when he keeps that little satchel on the side of his, I'm like, man, how you beat me with a satchel? Take the dang satchel off when you beat me, man. What? But nah, man, Coach O does a great job. I think Courtney does a great job. I mean, I seen them today, and like they just wear at you. It's a lot of respect. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. A kid who I've seen probably the most improvement overall is the kid Diamond. Diamond, first of all, Camille looked like she threw Diamond a alley today, and everybody paused to go see if she was going to go get it. And it wasn't like a shocker where we couldn't believe it. It was like, man, it was like, oh my God, like she's that type of athlete, and now she's finishing. I mean, nah, we don't back down. You know how we get down. It is what it is. We played them in the summer. I think they beat us by like 7 or 8. It was a good game. It got away from us at the end. We look forward to that, and just like I know their kids look forward to it. My kids, I live in Iowa, so my kids, it's a lot of trash talk from my own family on they better pick a side. You know what I'm saying? But I think that game, hopefully, if both of us do what we're supposed to do, it'll be a marquee matchup in our area.
He's got to wear purple to the game. That way you're covered on both sides.
Hey man, I might pull a Hartwell. I don't know if y'all remember Coach from Marshall Marion. He used to wear the opponent's suit color all the time. But nah, man. Listen, we just want to be better next month than we are this month and continue to improve. Like I said, man, we got 8 kids deep. I got them 5 seniors, but I got some young ones coming up, man, who've been like playing their butts off. We're excited. I just want, again, keep that same energy for us. We don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
We LaGrange, man. Like I feel like I tell kids all the time, man, you go to LaGrange, we're state power. When we're mentioned with the other state programs. It's not a local product, not mom and pop. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you deserve you earn that legacy through how you do. You know what I'm saying? And then, I'm privileged to be able to call other state championship coaches all the time on my phone, just to give, just as a coach to continue to get pushed and get, advice and stuff like that. That kind of stuff help you with your program. I'm excited.
Real quick, man. I want to do a shout out to all the coaches, man, running these tournaments. I'm reaching out to you guys. Every time y'all send me a picture of the book or whatever, I call Genre today at St. Thomas More. Get a little back. Is that from Coach Holmes?
Think his phone is breaking up there.
Coach Holmes, you there? Maybe
Think he was going dead. He was trying to
he
put his
might have
charger.
died. But man, look,
Yeah,
hey, like Coach Holmes has been in the gym since freaking 9 a.m. this morning, maybe even earlier, man. So like Coach Holmes been at the score table, coached the game, ran the tournament, kept the book, went live on all the games. Phone died, now he's jumping on here. Right? I called Coach John. I texted her last night, like 10 o'clock at night, asking if she could send me the scores. I asked her about the live stream. She calls me because she can't text me because she's running the scoreboard. Like she's running the scoreboard as far as like the clock and stuff. Like, man, just if you get a chance, man, like thank these people, man. Especially all these tournaments that you're at, man. Just tell them like, look, hey, we appreciate you. Anybody that you see tomorrow and Wednesday at the Lagrange tournament at St. Thomas More, whatever, whoever it is, man, they're spending their whole holidays. They're going to be spending the 36 hours in the gym before Thanksgiving, right? And then they got to get ready for their own team and everything else, man. So just give them a thanks, man. I really think that's important because it's getting harder and harder. You see it. A lot of people aren't running these tournaments anymore. They'll just take the week off or go to somebody else's tournament or whatever. So we definitely want to give some flowers and some credit and just show appreciation to the people that do. And show up to the games, man. Show up to the games because a lot of these people run these as fundraisers for the programs and stuff like that. So that's why we're excited and we want to get out to the Wednesday night matchups and we're going to be live on all those. But yeah, man, y'all, you want to end it here? You want to keep it going, man? What you got, man? I know
well,
it is.
I think we covered a lot tonight. I think we covered a lot tonight to get the conversation started. Hey, it's all about getting the conversation started. No disrespect to no programs or anything like that. So you don't see your team's name here. Just work harder. Somebody send us some scores. Send us some people that we need to watch out for. We could try to get eyes on them. This list is not to overlook anybody or anything. It's just get the conversation started. And if we're overlooking anybody, show us what you can do. I know some teams from up north. Coach, they called me already. Coach, y'all disrespecting us. And it's not to disrespect anybody. Boys side. But we definitely gonna. I like Huntington on the boys side. Now that you flipped it there, I like Huntington. They're deep with the Parker kid, and they're big and down low. His name escaped me right now. But I like what they're doing. Ruston, of course, they got their football players is in the playoffs. Whatnot. I'm not sure. Have they played? They haven't played a game yet.
Have not played a game. No.
Yeah, so you can figure they're going to be a factor in 5A Division I when they get their kids back. They got the Ford kid over there this year, grandson of Hall of Fame, Carl Malone, and I think with him running the show with Hudson, and that's right, that's his name, right? That's the kid's name, right? Yeah, they're gonna be a formidable matchup coming out. They get to Denham Springs last year, if I believe, to the quarters. I believe.
Yep.
So adding him when he's ranked pretty high in his class for the nation and in the state. So could that get them over the hump there? Calvary Baptist is Calvary Baptist. T.J. Jameson is the truth. I agree 100% with Mr. Tatum of Prep Hoops when he says T.J. Jameson is the face of Louisiana basketball right now. I just do believe that. He's bringing recruiters to the gym, big time recruiters to the gym. USA basketball. There's nobody in our state doing that. The things that he's doing right now. Not disrespecting.
You know what's fun, man? We're talking about that, man. We saw that, man. Forgot the young man's name from Zachary, man, but just going at his neck, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's all about, man. That's what this list is about. That's what that's about, man. Like, TJ's got the 5 stars and all that, the ranking and everything, man. But every night he's gonna get somebody's best, and every night you get an opportunity to play on that platform. We had a young man from whenever Prep and Shaw played each other. He went off, right? Younger guard, and got on LSU's spotlight. Like, it's all about building each other and having that competition and hyping these games up as much as possible, man. It is a lot harder on the guys' side, especially right now with football and everything, to do a list like this. But man, like, I'm getting messages and stuff like that, and then I appreciate it. It really does not bother me at all. Like, reach out, comment, let us know we slept on you, whatever it is. And like, we're just trying to stir the pot, right? We're trying to stir the pot. And I'll be honest, like we did leave Peabody off the first time, but Peabody came out and they gave St. Louis Catholic the best game they possibly could. And they defeated St. Louis Catholic, and that's why you see them at 15. If you want to get on the list, you got to beat somebody on the list. Like, don't comment and send us a message about I beat XYZ and ABC, and none of those guys are on the list, right? We give away freaking 10 trophies, 10 state championship trophies, and then 10 more silver ones. 10 gold ones, 10 silver ones. That's 20 trophies. There's only 25 people here. So at the end of the day, you got to be competing for one of those 20 shiny trophies to even really get in this conversation. But
Correct.
at the end, I mean, the list really doesn't mean anything. You can be number 1, number 8, whatever it is. If you don't come away with a state title, it's about getting the conversation started. And we want to see the best of the best play against each other, man.
Yeah, and we got Gibbs and Coleman on our watch list. I sat in the gym scouting who we got to play tomorrow, and Gibbs and Coleman's playing right before they play, and they're looking legit, right?
Yep.
So they're on our watch list. Maybe we're looking for their Class B, Class C, whatever they are, Class B, I think, right?
Yep.
So when you talk about them, they're going to compete for a state title. They're there. Their boys team is there every year, semifinal, state championship game. We know that. So maybe they are underrated. I don't know. We'll see. They got to keep winning, and we'll go from there. Wiseman, we don't have any games there. They got H-Well, but we know what Wiseman's going to do every year, right?
Yep.
They're back-to-back state champions, right, for a reason. So we know what they're going to do this year. And like you say, you got Zachary and Bossier. That's a heavyweight fight.
Exactly, man.
In week 2 of the season. Right, tomorrow at Negative Central, right? So Justin Collins does a great job with his group. He was down there last
night.
year.
That game's tonight. Anybody know the score of that game? That game was tonight, Monday night, 5:30. Anybody got the score of the Zachary versus Bossier game? And that's a big time matchup. But go ahead, talk about Bossier a little bit.
Yeah, he does a great job. Justin Collins does a great job with his kids. He holds them accountable. And trust me, man, if you're from the North Louisiana, you understand one thing about Bossier. Those kids play for that name on that B on that jersey. They got a saying, nothing's bigger than the B. And everybody from the fans, from the concession workers to the janitorial staff, they believe that is nothing bigger than the B. And you have to buy into the program if you're going to play at Bossier. And he holds them accountable. They're in their state championship game. They runners up last year. What do? They reload. They got a 6'8", 6'9" kid, 200-some pounds, controlling the middle of the floor in JD this year, right? So he's not going to be scared to play anybody. Got a couple guards transferred in. Bossier's going to be legit this year, and they're going to play for that B on their chest.
Absolutely, man. I'll just run through the list of the games, man. We'll kind of end it there. But Catholic BR, they're going to kick off their season. Again, playoffs with football and everything, but they'll kick off their season a week late. So they're going to start, and they're going to play David Thibodeau. David Thibodeau was really impressive this summer, man. I really liked him. So that would be a good matchup. That is actually tonight as well at Beauchene. Beauchene and Natchitoches Central both put on a fantastic tournament. The Beauchene tournament, it's super deep, man. Super deep. Lake Charles College Prep, they're kicking off their game as well tonight. They play in Liberty. Anybody got the score on that one? So the top 3 were games tonight. Then you got Peabody and Catholic BR. That's going to be tomorrow. That's the nightcap. That's the game of the night tomorrow. You got Washington Marion versus Opelousas. That's the game of the night on Wednesday. Then you got Madison Prep and Calvary Baptist. This is what we talk about. The rest of these games are all versus Texas teams, man. Shout out to Madison Prep and Calvary Baptist going on the road to Duncanville. Hopefully, safe travels those guys. Hopefully those guys can support and represent for Louisiana. As both of those guys will be playing on the biggest stage really in our region, playing over there in Duncanville. I think there's over 90 or 100 teams, like 150 teams between girls and boys. And they're all playing 2 games in 2 days. So, go ahead. You want to say anything about that one?
Yeah, I got both Zachary over Bossier 53-50. So
3-point game.
3-point game,
Wow.
great game. Source just texted me, said great games, one of the best games of the year already.
Wow.
And so that's gonna make both of those teams better in the long run, and they're not afraid to. I'll take that loss in the in the in the early in the season, because that's gonna be a measuring stick. That's only gonna help those kids moving forward.
Absolutely, man. Then I do think I know Sulphur has a big matchup, Battle of the Boot and Texas Battle of the Border, I guess is what it is, Louisiana versus Texas. So definitely keep an eye on that. There are some updates to this schedule, but this is kind of the schedule here. Just some games that I did like. St. Louis Catholic, they're taking on Needleland versus Texas. Ash is taking on someone. Country Day is going to be in that event, and then Washington Marion. That's teams that we have in the top 25. But as you can see, man, here Friday and Saturday, if you got nothing to do, man, after Thanksgiving, some big-time matchups. Coach Trey was on here earlier. Barb is in there as well. Really good job, man. Coach has done a good job in this event. I think it's the third or fourth year. It just continues to grow, man. Continues to grow. Got 2 days worth of some really good basketball. A lot of teams that were state champions and top 28 teams. So the guys' side's heating up. Like we got Road to the Dome, and then the state championships, and kind of midway through December, we'll kind of start playing a little bit better on who's where and stuff like that. Got a couple teams still waiting on eligibility rulings, which is crazy to me. That's on the girls' side and the boys. We'll kind of, I guess we'll let that go maybe one more week. We may talk about that another time, but man, it's crazy. It's so many rulings that it's getting out of hand, man. It's time, in my opinion, to go to the one-time transfer and just be on with it. But man, you want to leave us with anything else?
Are we ready for that conversation, though? I know we're not going to talk about it tonight. That one transfer rule, man. Are we ready? Really ready? Is the state of Louisiana really ready for that?
Let's get that conversation started next time we go live, which I'm sure December sometime.
Yes.
But
yes, sir.
I think at that point we'll know who's eligible, who's not. Hopefully, and we may be still waiting on rulings. But man, it's getting out of hand, and like nobody has that much manpower to investigate 8,000 transfers or whatever the number is every year. It's something astronomical. I'll do my research on the actual number and stuff. But the LHSA proposed it and it was voted down. So LHSA wants it. I personally want it. I think a lot of people want it. It was just kind of a little shocking. But for those who don't know, man, NCAA approves rules. They stick with it for a couple years, and then we adopt it. It just trickles down. It always has been like that, forever. Like whatever the ruling is.
Correct.
You got anything else?
No, man, that was a good conversation tonight. Just get the conversation started. Looking forward to all these games that's going out. Send us scores, send us highlights. Let's get the conversation started.
Yeah, guys. Again, Game of the Week, Sport Clips Haircut. Game of the Week will be live Wednesday. Believe the first game's at 10:30. It's going to be semifinals on both sides, consolation game as well as the championship. Championship's at 4:30, I believe. So make sure you tune in, click the like button, share, and follow us on Facebook as well as YouTube. But we'll be back next time, guys. Happy